Hello students, welcome to RP Education class app. Hope you all are doing good. Let's start with the today's topic, that is business innovation, feasibility analysis and rural entrepreneurship. So first I start with rural entrepreneurship. What is this? It is defined as entrepreneurship whose roots lie in the rural areas but has a lot of potential to drive various endeavors in business, industry, agriculture, and others, and also contribute to the economic development of the country. So, this is called rural entrepreneurship. There are several types of rural entrepreneurship. First is individual entrepreneurship. It is basically called proprietary or single ownership of the enterprise. This is called individual. Next is group entrepreneurship. It mainly covers partnership, private limited and public limited company. Third is cluster formation entrepreneurship. These are mainly NGOs and networkings of these groups. These are also covered formal and non-formal association of a group of individuals on the basis of caste, occupation, etc. Next is cooperatives. It is an autonomous association of persons united voluntarily for a common objectives. So these four are the types of rural entrepreneurship. Next is challenges for rural entrepreneurs. There are several challenges. First is lack of technical expertise among the rural masses, as in rural areas there are very less technology than in the urban areas. Next is financial constraints, as in case of urban areas there are many businessmen are lived, but in case of rural areas the financial constraints is more than in urban. Next is lack of training modules and support services, as various training institutions are mainly situated in the urban areas, so in the rural areas there is lack of training modules and support services. Next is high cost of production, as there are transportation cost from urban area to rural area, the production cost automatically high. Next is lack of marketing and promotional activities, as in case of rural areas there are very less promotional strategy, but now in the digital era there are also many online promotional activities which is captured by the rural entrepreneurs. There is also some opportunities for the rural entrepreneurs, that in case of India, that is most of the entrepreneurs are from rural areas. There is also several opportunities like rural entrepreneurship development program, regional rural development center, and also there are several RRB banks in India, that is regional rural banks, which grants loan for the rural entrepreneurs. Next is social rural entrepreneurship and food for work program. Next is business innovation. Business innovation involves developing new products or improving existing technologies, processes, designs, and marketing to solve the problem, and also increase efficiency, reach new customers, and ultimately increase their profits. So these are the business innovations. Next is types of innovation. There are also different types. First type is incremental innovation, where the innovation seeks to improve the systems that already exist, making them better, faster, and cheaper. That are the incremental innovation. Next is process innovation. This means that the implementation of a new or significantly improved production or delivery method than previous method. That is process innovation. Next is red ocean innovation. We all know that red ocean refers to the known market space. So in red oceans, industry boundaries are defined and accepted, and the competitive rules of the games are known, and companies try to outperform their rivals to grab a greater share of existing demands. Next is blue ocean innovation. Blue ocean is just opposite to red ocean that represents the unknown market space. And here all the industries not in existence today. Blue oceans are defined by untapped market space, demand creation, and the opportunity for highly profitable growth. Next is frugal innovation. This is about doing more with less. Entrepreneurs and innovators in emerging markets have to devise low cost strategy to either tap or circumvent institutional complexities and resource limitations to innovate, develop, and deliver their product and service to low income users. Next is disruptive innovation that helps create a new market and value network and eventually goes on to disrupt an existing market and value network, displacing an earlier technology. So students, these are the common types of innovation. There are also several other types of business innovation. For that, you follow the RP education note on page number 34 and just go through all the innovation strategy. Next is business plan and feasibility analysis. What is business plan? A business plan is a formal written document containing business goals and the methods on how these goals can be attained and the time frame within which these goals need to be achieved. So these are called business plan. Next is feasibility study or feasibility analysis. Feasibility analysis is used to determine the viability of an idea, such as ensuring a new project is legally and technically feasible as well as economically justifiable. So it tells us whether a project is worth the investment. In some cases, a project may not be doable, and so that there can be many other reasons for this. So this is feasibility analysis or feasibility studies which every entrepreneur must analyze before launching their product in the market. So there are different types of feasibility analysis or feasibility study. First is technical feasibility. It helps organizations determine whether the technical resources meet capacity and whether the technical team of that organization is capable of converting the ideas into working system. Next is economic feasibility. This assessment or feasibility typically involves a cost or benefit analysis of the project, helping organizations determine the viability, cost, and benefits associated with a project before financial resources are allotted. Next is legal feasibility. The legal feasibility assessment investigates whether any aspect of the proposed project conflicts with legal requirements like zoning laws, data protection acts, or social media laws. So that this legal feasibility mainly analyze all legal aspects. Next is operational feasibility. This assessment involves undertaking a study to analyze and determine whether and how well the organization's need can be met by completing the project. So this is called operational feasibility. Next is scheduling feasibility. This feasibility is the most important for project success. After all, a project will fail if not completed on that time. So the schedule feasibility is most important. To know the in details process of technical feasibility, market feasibility, and financial feasibility, go through RP education note on page number 42. So students, have you understood this topic? Now please give me the answers of this question by comment here or on WhatsApp study group. First question of today's lecture is innovation may not take place when market changes, cost changes in the industry structure, demographics change, unexpected event success or failure happens, realization of incongruity between what is assumed and what is real situation. Number two question is The importance of rural entrepreneurship does not include. Number A is it discourages balanced regional development. It reduces the level of unemployment in rural areas. It helps in reducing the number of migrants from rural to urban areas. It reduces income disparities. Question number 3 is which type of innovation gives birth to new industries and involves creating revolutionary technology? First option is incremental innovation, disruptive innovation, architectural innovation, radical innovation. Question number 4 is process used to evaluate innovative product ideas, strategies, and marketing trends is known as innovation, entrepreneurship, screening, entrepreneurship. Number 5 is which part of business plan discusses the present outlook as well as future possibilities within the industry. First is executive summary, market strategy, competitive analysis, business description. For this question, you follow the notes of business plan section. Next is operations and management plan does not deal with description of the product's design, describe just how the business functions on a continuing basis, highlights the logistics of the organizations such as the various responsibilities of the management team, capital and expense requirements related to the operations of the business. Question number 7 is the process of technical feasibility does not include material requirements, description of the industry, labor requirements, transportation and shipping requirements. Question number 8 is statement 1. The criteria to evaluate an idea must include most prominently identified customer needs. Statement 2 is dropping the idea too early is a risk in idea screening. So, what both the statements are true, both the statements are false. Statement 1 is true while statement 2 is false. Statement 1 is false while statement 2 is true. So, these are the questions for today. Stay tuned with us and let me know about any doubt and queries. RP Education is always with you and answer these all questions by comment here or in the WhatsApp group positively. So, see you in the next video. Thank you.